Well, good morning, TikTok. Ed over here at Fick and Repair. Happy whatever day of the week it is. I think it's Tuesday. So this comment comes in response to as part of a video I did on dummy plugs and standpipes and the new O-ringless design and people talking about options for, hey, what do I do? Is there an external delete kit? And there is that too, sure. So you can delete the dummy plugs and standpipes altogether if that's what you want to do. Somebody wrote, I've been doing this for 100,000 miles, dogging on my truck and haven't had a problem. I personally think it all comes down to install. So if you install your dummy plugs and standpipes correctly and you use a proper one, you shouldn't have a problem. But if you really don't want to have a problem, take a look at the CSC kit that's available on our site, and off to the races you go. It's spendy, but it works. So, okay. So we've got that. But then this comment comes in. This comment says, hey, look, I'm still on stock stud bolts. I'll be doing a head studs in a few months, likely after it warms up, just saying. I don't know what part of the country you're in, but it's freaking cold here. I wouldn't want to work on a truck right now if I could avoid it at all. Which, it's conversation about timing your stuff too, right? I mean, let's plan on this stuff. I mean, if you're on the side of the road and it's negative 20 outside, I mean, that's bad planning. Probably pick up a gauge pack. The Edge Insight CTS3 that we offer gives you so much advance notice of problems and stuff. So you don't have to have these emergencies. You're kind of doing it to yourself a little bit, just saying. But you got to know what to look for. So find my videos on what to monitor and all this kind of stuff, and you'll find it that way. I thought I had pinned the video, and I had pinned the video, but somehow it came unpinned. So I don't know how that works, but I'll have to figure it out. So I'll have to refine the video and repin it, and I'll probably just link it on my Edge Insight CTS3 page on, you guessed it, FICMRepair.com. That said, here is a gentleman who says, hey, I'm doing head gaskets in a few months, and I'll be in touch later, kind of thing. And I would just say this. A few years ago, I shot a video on, it's called Power Stroke 6.0 while you're in there, a head gasket conversation. And it's got 6,000 views or something like that. And I hope it's helped somebody. I really do. But basically, it's a listing of all the stuff you could consider while you're in there. Now, obviously, I probably need to shoot an update because, it didn't talk about some of the new stuff that keeps on coming out. You guys are amazing. This community of people coming up with better and better solutions to problems. This is American ingenuity at its finest. So good job out of you. Makes me happy to be an American. But the concepts are still there, right? So if you watch this video, and you can go ahead and take a look down here. At the very bottom, it says the description of the things worthy of consideration is here. And there's a link down there. You can follow the link and then go from there. So if you just search on my Fick and Repair channel on YouTube, or if you go all the way to the bottom of FICMRepair.com on the homepage, this video is linked right there. And so you can find it either way. But watch the video, and just for the purposes of saying, do I want to do this? Is it worth doing this? Do I have to do this? All this kind of stuff. Understanding that just because you've got a stock 6-liter without, it hasn't been studded yet, it's not a guarantee that it's got to get studded. So, don't believe the people who are like, oh, you must stud the truck. If that was the case, don't you think it would be studded by now? It's been 20 years or so, huh? And it's been living this whole time without a problem. We got customers with, 4 or 5, 600,000 miles on their non-studded truck. So please don't think you just have to stud the truck. Now, if you want the extra fuel economy that comes with the extra power, or you want the extra power and you'll take the extra fuel economy, whatever the case is, yes, if you're pushing things hard, you're going to go ahead and you're going to pop some head gaskets. You're taking beyond its original design constraints. Or if you drive it like a 17-year-old, you're just pushing, and you let your oil temperatures get above 230. That's the magical number, right? So if you can keep your oil temperatures under 230 and you can live without the extra power, you might be able to get by without blown heads. But, if you just don't want to take a chance, newer is, I would say always better if installed correctly. Like the vast majority of no starts on 6-liters, high pressure oil system problems happen within 10,000 miles of somebody doing a high pressure oil system job, right? They're changing out dummy plug standpipes, injector cup nipples, or their O-rings or whatever, and they just don't know what they're doing, and they didn't, prep is everything, right? Prep is everything. And so if they don't have the person to turn on the wrenches, maybe that person's you. I mean, that's fine. the people that do this for a living, they're not perfect either. They made a whole lot of mistakes to get to where they are, but maybe there's a reputable shop in your area that you want to go to that's done this job over and over and over again and handle it that way. But, if you watch Diesel Tech Ron's videos on YouTube, I mean, he's got some incredible content and shows you exactly how to do everything, all these tips and tricks for how to remove a turbo in 10 minutes and how to pull a cold air intake in 2 and all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, when you know a couple of tricks, life gets to be a whole lot better. So the fact is that there is this huge community out there, and I'm in it, and there's lots of other people that are in it too. I'm not special in this regard or in any other regard, but I'm just one of you, and I don't want to sell you anything. I do sell everything, I do, but I'm going to spend just as much time trying to talk you out of stuff as talking you into stuff. And that was true when my beard was a little blacker than it is now, and that's true now. So all I want to do is help you. If you give us the opportunity, we'll hook you up with whatever you need to meet your goals. You say, hey, Ed, I got so much money and I want to do this and no problem at all. And we'll say, okay, if I had that much money and I needed to do this, this is where I'd spend that cash, and we can help consult with you. And if you go ahead and you place an order on FICMRepair.com, you're going to get a phone call from me or somebody on the team. I don't care if you buy a fuel filter, you're going to get an email saying, or a phone call saying, what do you got going on, before we take your money. Now, if you don't want to believe that, it'd be great if our site supported a little checkbox that says, save this for a review, but we're just not that cool. So if you wanted to not believe that we're not going to take your money without talking to us, just on the checkout page, put in that you've got a Visa as your form of payment, put in a 4 followed by 15 ones, and then any future expiration date and any CCV code on the back, and the system will accept your order. And once it accepts your order, then great, it's done. You're going to get a phone call. And if we don't do what we say we're going to do, and we try to run your card, obviously it's going to decline because we don't have your card. We got a 4 followed by 15 ones. Recognize that our standard practice, we've been doing this for a long time, is you're going to get a phone call. And maybe, guys, if you're watching this video and you're one of my customers from the past, or hopefully the present, just saying, you got a phone call. Maybe put that in the comments to give other guys warm and fuzzies that, no, this guy's legit. There's things wrong with that boy, but he seems to know what's going on. But at any rate, the goal is to tell you stuff, not to sell you stuff, and just let you know, hey, in our experience across all the vendors we rep for, which is all of the vendors, then this is what we found that works the best for your particular situation. This is the tuning, this is the injectors, this is the turbo, this is the intake, this is the cold air intake, this is the ported exhaust manifolds, this is the intercooler. No, maybe you can get by without an intercooler, whatever the case is. So recognize what the goal is. It's to help you. We are all in this together. Whatever you do for a living, you're better at it than we are. This is what we do for a living. Please let us help you. FICMRepair.com. Thanks for listening. We're all in this together.